The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Another day at Jets camp with the pads on. Another day where the defense seemingly beat up on the Jet offense. We'll talk about that and much more. Will Parkinson was there. He will join us. Plus, we'll get into the latest with Aaron Rodgers and if he will play in the preseason. All that and more. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season.
There goes my hero.
Oh,
We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Brees Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please subscribe to the channel. We talk Jets every single day, twice a day on this channel. Hit the like button by clicking that thumbs up button. It goes a long way towards this channel continuing to grow. Big shout out to all the Asmaniacs at training camp earlier today. Jay Quest with the Knoble jersey, Bethpage Chris, and Nate parentheses Nate, Purple Belt Mike. Thank you to all you guys who are rocking your Jake Asman Show merch. I got my favorite hat on right now, jakeasman.com/shop if you want the same hat. And if you join the Patreon, all merchandise is 15% off. It is included with your membership. Joining us right now is someone who was at camp both yesterday and today, and he can give us a great breakdown on the state of affairs with the Jets. He is the host of the Turn on the Jets podcast, a good friend of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Will Parkinson. What's up, Will?
Asmaniacs, baby. How we doing?
We're ready to roll. Was it as bad offensively today as seemingly all the tweets indicated it was yesterday?
Different type of practice, I would say. I think in general, the struggles of both days are very much to be expected. And again, I know I sometimes come on here and I'm not as hot take-ish as everybody else is in terms of that stuff. The beginning of camp, especially in July, especially when the pads first come on, the offense usually looks terrible. Like it happens. You follow any Dolphins beat reporters? Guess what? They were tweeting today. The offense is booty cheeks, quote unquote. That was a Dolphins beat reporter said the offense is booty cheeks. They can't snap the football. Patriots, Matt Judon situation is almost even worse than the Reddick one. Like I wouldn't expect if he's not traded soon. There's a lot going on there. You look at some of the Bills practices, and then Keenan Coleman's the next, great player. So offenses struggle early in camp. They particularly struggle when the pads come on. Things get more physical. Installs are being put in. There's so much information being thrown at you. This is a young offense still in a lot of ways. They've got some veterans in some spots. AVT off an injury. He's working his way back. Joe Tippmann full-time playing center. He's working his way into a new quarterback situation. Rodgers, again, all these different things. So I wouldn't panic about some of the offensive struggles early on. Again, because a lot of it is drops, it's maybe potential missed assignments, it's getting on the same page. That's what camp is for. That's why you practice and things of that nature. It's not a talent issue. Again, Morgan Moses has not been in team drills. Tyron Smith is, he's every other day is going to be in a little bit of a different situation. Again, AVT just got himself into team drills. So being rusty, missed assignments, issues, working different guys in. Mike Williams is obviously not playing yet. Brees Hall's not going to take a zillion reps in camp. Like, there's just a lot of different things there. So again, would you like to see it get cleaned up ASAP? 100%. And little known fact, the Jets defense is pretty effing good, and they're going to make everybody look terrible at points. So again, I say all that to say, like, yes, it's not been the best last couple of days. Joe Tippmann needs to figure out how to snap the football. Like that's a real thing, right? Or they need to be. Alan Lazard's got to consistently catch the football. All those are fair, issues and small things. Most of it we won't realize likely be talking about again in a week. So yeah, the offense wasn't great either day, but it was better today than yesterday. And the run game looks good. The offensive line generally looked really good. Those are things to be positive about. Rodgers looks like himself. It's just missed assignments. Kind of, again, new terminology. Receivers getting on the same page with a guy whose expectation level is a 400 out of 10. That's the way Rodgers operates. And Garrett Wilson and Rodgers looks really good. So there is some positives amongst a lot of the negative reporting that kind of seems to follow the Jets.
Yeah, you see this every year, and you bring up a great point. I said it earlier when we were live in real time, kind of reacting to everything. The Jet defense is really, really good, and they're in year 4 with the system, same coaching staff for the most part on that side of the ball. They've been able to retain their top assistants, including Obrick, White Cotton, the D-line coach, Odin, the DB coach. So there's a tremendous amount of continuity there. They have really good players, and the Jets offensively, they're working on a lot of new players, plus a quarterback who wasn't around last year on the field because he got hurt 4 plays in. So it's going to take some time. I thought Saleh had a great answer. He's like, if it's still like this after the Giants game, I'll be concerned. But this is what practice is for. Pads come on. It always typically favors the defense. That's kind of just how it goes with football.
Yeah, no, I think, again, even if, let's see what happens Saturday, right? Green and white scrimmage, it'll be obviously at the facility, and I'll be out there. I'm sure a lot of people will as well.
See you there.
Yeah, I'll be. Yeah, we'll get some. Maybe I'll bring my mini mics that go on my thing, and we'll do some live takes, for Twitter for the Ass Maniacs. But you want to see progression, right? The offense was terrible yesterday. They were a little bit better today. There was less horrible snaps. There were still some that weren't great. There was less drops today and things like that. The offense was amazing the first 4 days of camp. Connor Hughes said he's never seen in his time on the beat the Jets offense looked as good as it did for that 3-day stretch. The last 3 practices before full pads. I think, and I talked to some players about this, and I think anyone that, even if you don't have to have played football at a high level to know this, when you go really intense into something for 4 or 5 days, you take a day off and then you get back into it. It's like sometimes it takes you a little bit to kind of get back into it. So you want to see some improvement Saturday, and then Washington comes into town the week following. That's not a good football team, in my opinion. It's a young football team. The Jets should put it on them a little bit. And if the offense still looks like crap, yeah, you're going to have a little bit more concerns. And then what do they look like in the game? Then they go down to Carolina. Do they improve again? That's what you want to see. You want to see this team working and hitting their stride come week 1. I don't need to see them peak right now, but again, iron out some of these issues, these consistencies, these different things, get all the missed assignments out now. And again, and I just want to clarify, we can talk, actually, I'll let you get to the Tippmann stuff, because I feel like everyone's kind of freaking out with the Tippmann thing, and there's not reason to be freaking out. But yeah, I think just get better each day. The Jets should now be back improving. The full pads aren't coming off. Practice tomorrow, and then they'll be in a walkthrough Thursday, practice Friday, full pads, full go Saturday for a scrimmage. Should look much better on Saturday. If it doesn't, maybe we'll have a concern of a 1 out of 10 as opposed to, for me, it's a 0 right now.
We're talking with Will Parkinson, TOJ Pod, Badlands. That's where you can get his Jets content. We have a question for Will. Time's limited, so super chat it in. That's the best way to make sure that Will will answer your question. He's been at camp the last 2 days. Let's get into Tippmann. Then I have some other players I want to specifically ask you about. Obviously, you hear the center having issues snapping. It brings back nightmare memories of Spencer Long down in Miami, right? If you're a longtime Jet fan. But you look at Tippmann, he was really good last year. I don't remember this being a big issue a year ago. Rodgers has only said great things about Joe Tippmann. We know he's really smart. We know he was really good last year at certain points. What did you see from Tippmann today? What's your level of concern, if there is any concern with Tippmann?
Yeah, so my level of concern not high yet. I will say this. The concern isn't necessarily, oh my God, he's never going to be able to snap. He's a bust. This guy sucks. That stuff that people freak out. That's not what anyone's saying. They are losing valuable reps every time there's a botch snap. That's a real thing. Okay. That's the Jets are not going to play very many reps with their ones during the preseason, if at all. Even in joint practices, I'm sure the Rodgers and some of these other guys' reps will be managed to an extent. So you want to get as many reps as you can, especially in these full contact practices and full pads. You want to see, can I get as many reps as possible? And they all shotgun snaps with Tippmann, it feels like. So, and again, it seems like depending on what accounts you follow and how much tape you watch. Yeah, at times it happened this year. Last year he had some errant snaps and things like that. I just wonder, again, I'm just kind of guessing in some ways here. Tippmann's a huge center. Like, he's abnormally big for a center, 6'3", 6'4". He's a really big dude. Is he just a little higher in his stance, so he's kind of naturally snapping the ball high? They all seem like they're high snaps. To Rodgers is still a tall dude, but he's not a 6'6" quarterback. Like, he never has been. He's 6'2", and things like that. So the only snap yesterday, that I saw that was a problem was him stepping on Rodgers' foot, which led to kind of the Rodgers blow up. And by the way, I think it's an awesome thing that Rodgers blows up on him, because it's like, make him better. It's not like he doesn't like Joe Tippmann, doesn't think he's good. It's like, I'm going to make you better. Like, you have to get your bleep together. That's 3 snaps in a row that have been a problem in one way or another. Figure it out. We're wasting reps here. That's the expectation the Jets should have with all these guys. You go off sides, you're not in that rep. Sorry. Where you want to be, if you make a college or high school mistake, guess what? That's how you're going to be treated. So, do I think Tippmann's thing's easily fixable? Yeah, of course. It's snapping a football. It's coming down to adjustment to being in full pads. It's adjustment to going into full pads for the first time in 5, 6, 7 months here with Quinn Williams and Javon Kinlaw, shaded over you as a center and trying to get used to Rodgers. This is their full. Remember, Dan Grasso just brought this up on my show, and I didn't even really think about it until he said it. Joe Tippmann wasn't the starting center last year. Joe Tippmann got a lot of reps. All the reps with Rodgers were either at guard, at points, or they were at center. With Zach Wilson in the 2s and Spencer, Chris Trevler at the 3s and stuff. So getting used to Rodgers. These are their first 2 practices with Rodgers with full pads, things like that. So again, is it a big issue going into the season? No. Does it need to get fixed? It does. And I think it's something that you don't want to become a talking point. You don't want to continue to waste reps during these valuable practices. So yeah, I'm not freaking out about it by any means. I just think that, like, let's snap the effing ball correctly, and let's have the 40-year-old not have to get angry.
Can I give you a baseball note that just happened? Garrett Cole scratched with body fatigue.
Oh yeah, he's clearly not healthy.
Body fatigue.
That's
what they're calling it. That sounds fishy.
That's how I feel on a Sunday morning after Jake. That's how Jake feels on a Monday morning after having to pound Hennessy and the Jets. Jets not coming through.
Yep, I've lived that life. Super chat that came in here, Will. Then I got some other things I want to bring up. M King, we'll get to your 5 spot of gifted memberships that you dropped before the show, but I want to make sure we get to all the questions with Will first. What is Will McDonald looking like with more reps?
The McDonald thing's an interesting conundrum. I don't want to come on here and be negative. I'm a little worried on McDonald front. Not a lot, not extreme concern by any means. I think the weight thing is a little concerning. Not a lot. He looks very fast. He looks strong. No one's saying that none of those things are true. I'm a little worried that, like, the goal was to gain 20 pounds this offseason, and, like, he's the same weight he was last year. And again, I know Salah danced around it and said, hey, he's stronger and he's leaner, so he's more muscle and less fat. And I said, Will McDonald was never fat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's probably 5% body fat last year, and maybe he's 4% now. And it's awesome. I'm not saying he can't be an effective player this year. Do I think it's not ideal that, like, he was running with, like, the 2s and 3s yesterday already, and, like, he's not really, like, Sam Reddick's not even there, and you're still kind of not solidified as, like, this, like, surefire, like, you're like 100% the Bryce Huff guy. I just felt like, again, it's early still for McDonald. He's getting better. I think he's looked shifty at times. He's won some reps. I'm not, like, expecting a ton this year. I'm expecting him to be a contributor. I'm expecting him to probably double his sack total to get to 6 or 7 ideally. Maybe he get to 6 sacks and some pressures and be a force on third downs and pass pros. Yeah, of course he has great bend. He's a great athlete. I'm just a little concerned that, like, hey man, like, why wasn't there weight gained? Especially when it's like the Jets kind of need you to be more of at least 2-down player than just a 1. You know what I mean? Like, I'd like to see McDonald as a first-round pick. I think it's going to be a little bit better, be a little bit more solidified in the rotation and things like that. Again, it's early in camp. I'm not freaking out. I'm not saying he's not been good. The expectations are tempered a little bit. Reddick's not here, and I still feel like I don't see a ton of McDonald with, like, kind of a practice, especially, with the 1s and 2s. So I'm
Well,
a
think about
little
it.
worried.
Last
I'm
year,
a little
Will,
bit worried. A little
yeah,
bit.
well, last year, like Jermaine Johnson was a beast right away, and like you knew he was taking a big year 2 leap. And many of us have said, well, can McDonald do something similar? And look, Jermaine's really, really good. So I don't know if McDonald's going to be that, but I think we could be a little underwhelmed so far. We haven't heard his name called a ton. I remember there was one pass deflection he had a couple practices ago against Rodgers, but other than that, I don't really see the full arsenal of pass rush moves other than just with his speed and explosiveness trying to
Yeah,
get by people
he's
with
got the
the spin move.
spin move, and again, that's great. And I want McDonald to be good. I want the Jets to be, solidified in that pick, and I think he's got a chance to contribute, like no doubt about it. I'm just a little concerned in the aspect again of like it's year 2. Felt like last year Jermaine, again was fine as a rookie, made some splash plays, and I know he had the injury at the ankle and stuff. So like we'll see. Doubling sacks is the same as Huff, who just got paid. Interesting, whatever. I just feel like Jermaine came into camp last year and was like, oh, I don't want to curse. Oh, shoot, like Jermaine's a surefire starter. Like he's going to be awesome this year. Like we knew it right away when he came into camp last year. Like I haven't seen that. It's only been a week of camp with McDonald. I would temper my expectations until I see differently. He's going to play a lot. If he doesn't play, he should be playing a lot in these preseason games, and we're going to see kind of what he's made of. I don't think Clemens is very good, if at all. I've seen him get pancaked by quite a few guys who Jets fans are not high on as offensive linemen through the first couple of days. Saw one of Kenny Yeboah and Max Mitchell put him on the turf. I saw Carter Warren plant him on a few. It's kind of, I know Clemens is a bigger body. Wouldn't be the happiest to see, Clemens getting a lot more reps than Will McDonald. They both should be playing a heck of a lot in these preseason games, to say the least.
Quick question from Mike Dems, and we'll talk about the preseason because Solid made some comments about Rodgers potentially appearing in the preseason. Mike says, what amount of games played for Tyron and Mike Williams would you be happy or disappointed with?
Mike Williams, I'd say 13 and a half. I think if he plays over that, he'd be really happy. I think if he plays under that, it's doable. And I'll say that for this reason. You've been to camp. I think a lot of people here, I'm sure, have been to camp, a lot of the Asmaniacs, showing out. Yesterday, Malik Taylor, Alan Lazard, and Garrett Wilson were the ones, at receiver. Like, that's not a good group. Like, Mike Williams, Garrett Wilson, and Malachi Corley, and Alan Lazard is your 4, or flip-flop Corley and Lazard. Now we're talking. They're just – and Xavier Gibbs, like, with no Gibson and Williams hurt right now, like, this group's not that great. And Corley taken along slowly. So I'd like to see him play at least over 13 games. When it comes to Tyron Smith, I'd say 11 and a half. So if he plays 12 games or more, which is what he played last year, I think you feel really good. If Olu has to play 5 games, especially if it's in like a stretch in the middle of the year where Tyron misses a month with a back or something, or something of that nature, Olu's looked more than fine. I haven't talked about him because he's looked good. And he's getting a ton of reps. And it's awesome for him. So, I think 11 and a half for Tyron and 13 and a half for Mike Williams. Does that seem fair?
Seems fair, 100%. Look, if Tyron plays the exact amount he played last year, 13,
it means he'll be an all-pro, and the Jets will probably be winning the division likely. That means Rodgers is probably healthy too.
Yeah, someone earlier in my first stream says, I need to see it with the Jets. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. And I said, I'll drink it. It's right here, Will, right? And let me taste it for you. Tastes like 12-5 AFC East champions. That's what it tastes like.
I don't think that's a crazy take. I certainly don't. The roster is really good. Like, it is really good. It's good on both sides of the football. I think, again, they're due for some type of luck at some point. I don't know. I think Miami is going to be good. I don't think they're going to be special. And I think Buffalo is going to be good, not special. And I think New England's going to be the worst team in the NFL. So sweep New England, win your home games, and you're probably at least 4-2 in the division, right? That'd make you 4-2 in the division.
Yep. They
don't have the hardest out-of-conference schedule. Can you split with the AFC South? 6 wins already right there. Can you take 3 or 4 from the NFC or the NFC West? I apologize. It's 9 wins right there. Can you take, one of the Pittsburgh game or, the Indy game? Sorry, I mentioned that game. But, like, do you see my point? Or the Denver game that's 10? Like, you get there pretty quickly. So, yeah, I think somewhere between 10 and 13 wins, depending on how good Rodgers is and how healthy this defense stays. I think somewhere in that range.
We have a question for Will. write it in. Comments, questions, super chats. I see we have 260 people watching live. There's only 96 likes. Click that thumbs up button. You'd be surprised how helpful that is by just
Jake,
doing
what do we
that
think?
simple
What do we think
task.
of this?
Wow. Did you buy that, or that's old school?
This is a new helmet. So goes alongside this bad boy.
Wow, very nice.
Look
The
at
Cortland
this.
helmet.
Yeah, so a lot of helmets over here, but I figured you'd appreciate it. It looks good, man. The new /old helmet looks good. Nothing, sure, anything will ever beat this as a kid.
No.
There,
I do like the white face mask they're going with in the rebirth of the throwback.
Yeah, 100%. I'm a big fan of all of the. Jets did not miss this year on uniform stuff.
Yep. No, they definitely got that one right. All right, I want to ask you about Salah's comments earlier saying it's unlikely Aaron Rodgers plays in the preseason. He said he's definitely not playing the first 2 games. He didn't completely rule out the Giants game. I've always thought that he would play in that game personally because I figured he'd want to play like he did last year. If Rodgers says I don't want to play, then he's not going to play. But I found these comments from Salah to be intriguing. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I kind of was under the impression, hey, I think I talked about this in a show before. I'd like to see Rodgers take, frankly, a hit or two or have live bullets fired at him a little bit before we get to San Francisco.
Me too.
All that said, I've kind of felt like Rodgers has moved around a lot in the pocket from the practices I've been at. He's looked comfortable. He has not looked timid. If you can get him enough reps in these joint practices and he feels comfortable enough and kind of from what he said on Pardon My Take, it gave the impression he didn't want to play in the preseason. He was like, why do I need the preseason type of thing? Maybe reverse your fortunes last year. You played him in the preseason and he looked great and then he obviously got hurt. Maybe switch it up. I would have no problem either way. I'm starting to lean more towards don't play him. But if they did play him one or two series just to get him kind of pregame warm up, get the body right, it'll be a MetLife and it's like, kind of get things rolling a little bit, get those, demons out of, they're not doing the green and white at MetLife this year. So, if he doesn't play in the preseason games, he won't have stepped on MetLife turf since the injury.
Right.
So maybe it's better to do that. I think you could easily argue either way. And I know that's in the industry, this is the cardinal sin. I just didn't take a side and talk my way into both ways. But if you told me, hey, they're going to play Rodgers a series if they go down and score, 2 series if they don't, I'd say, okay, I get it. Get some live bullets, get him warmed up, get the body going. And if you said no effing chance, that guy's not playing a single snap of getting a chance of getting tackled until San Francisco at 8:15 Eastern on Monday, September, whatever it is, I'd also tell you it's probably a smart move. So what you want him to play, or you kind of?
So I'm team let him play a drive if he wants to. If he says I'm good, then I'm going to. You've deferred everything else to this guy the last 2 years. Let him. He knows his body. If he thinks he needs to play, then I think you do what you did last year. He plays a drive or two. If they score on the first drive, as you said, that's it. Night is done. But if he's playing, I need the 5 starting offensive linemen out there with him. You can't go Rex Ryan, Snoopy Bowl with Sanchez with backup offensive linemen. Like if he's out there, everyone's playing.
Yeah, if he's out there, they're all going to be out there.
Yep. That's how I look at it. And then here'd be the other thing. This year they have 3 joint practices on the schedule. I think that is set up for Rodgers to get his work in those practices. Now, you don't hit in joint practices the quarterback, but that competition going up against the Commies, the Panthers, the Giants, I could see Rodgers feeling like I'm ready after he gets through those 3 joint practices. So to me, it's whatever he wants to do.
Plus,
if he wants to play him.
Not for nothing. Like I said this to, frankly, some of the Jets players yesterday. Like, and catching up with people. Like, those are 3 pretty nice opponents. The Jets should look really good in those scrimmages and those joint practices. We should come out of those and be like, they look pretty good, man. Like they
13-4 AFC.
Yeah, you should be. If you were an 11-win guy, like you hope you're coming out of those joint practices going, we 13-win team. So like that's how I would feel. Those aren't good teams. And if the Jets were playing them in a regular season, they'd be more than 7-point favorites in all those games.
Yep, 100% agree with you there. Comments, questions?
Dylan, it is a Zlatan jersey. There's Zlatan, signed Messi. Jeter's over there back in the 90s. There's a J Kidd one. There's a lot of stuff in here,
Signed Jeter?
Signed Jeter in there, man.
Wow.
Yeah. I got it when I was a kid. I was a little autograph slut when I was like 8 years old. training camp. Spring training.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know what's crazy about Derek Jeter, Will? I don't know if you knew this. He played in the same era as Nolan Ryan.
Paul Skeens, Pittsburgh Pirates, dominant guy, overpowering. You faced, obviously, you were in the Nolan Ryan era. But
no.
What, not even an inning?
Slow down. No, I was way after Nolan.
Okay, way after Nolan. Okay.
Yeah, pretty crazy, right? Nolan Ryan retired in 1993. Jeter didn't make his debut until 95, but they were in the same era. It's crazy.
Oh man, that is a gold clip. Jeter's so politically correct too, and he was just like, enough, dude. Enough. That's brutal. That's brutal.
Incredible. Comments, questions for Will Parkinson of the TOJ podcast. This one is from Jimbo, who writes in, hello, Jake. Hello, Will. Appreciate what you fellas do for us. Will, who do you see as our kick returner / punt returner? And do you see in a pinch Olu switching to right tackle?
So I think when it comes to the season, God forbid there's an injury, things like that. Yeah, I can see the Jets moving potentially somebody, whether it's, hey, guard's a huge problem. We need to play our best five, or hey, Morgan Moses is out for a month. We need to play our best five. Sure. Carter Warren, I could see also the Jets saying, like, you're our backup right tackle. You and Max Mitchell, like one of the two of you is playing, at right tackle, and we don't want to move Olu because we don't want to have him having to do different things. We don't want any of these different situations. Like, sure, I could see that. Who will the kick and punt returners be? I think you'll probably see Gibson be the primary punt returner at least to start the year. Kick returner is interesting. So I don't think Tariq Cohen's going to make the roster.
Really? He's looked good from what I've seen.
I know he has looked good. There's a lot of issues with staying healthy with, Tariq Cohen over the years. Sal had a weird comment yesterday about how he's super shifty still, but he doesn't know if he has that long speed still. Did you catch that? That was a little weird. He was like, he goes 0 to 60 really fast, but that long speed, was trying to get him back to that long speed. So I don't know. I'd be intrigued. Maybe he's a guy they think they can get through waivers because he obviously has been unsigned. Could they get him through waivers and keep him as like a game day elevation type of guy? I don't know. Maybe that's how they do it. Corley didn't look great yesterday catching punts. That was kind of odd. I don't know. I don't know what that was about, but I could see him using him as a kick returner. I could see them using Brees at times. I could see them using, some of these other guys just to depending on the situation, depending on what's going on. So I think it'll be by committee. I think Gibson will be one of them. I think you'll see a lot of Corley. I think if Cohen makes the roster, maybe he'll be that. We'll see. Maybe the Jets sometimes they're back there and it's like, hey, we need a spark. We'll put Brees back there. Hey, we need a spark. We'll put Garrett back there. Like somebody that can make somebody miss. I also just we haven't seen the new rules in action yet. And I haven't seen it during practice, frankly. Like I haven't seen the Jets practice it in the ones I've been at. I'm sure it'll happen later in the summer. So until I see that, I'm not entirely sure like what it's even going to look like. I guess they practiced it a little bit yesterday, but I haven't seen it like full throttle, what it even is going to look like in a real preseason even game.
Good breakdown there. Let's see. Dano writes in, Will, have you heard anything about potentially adding McGovern to the locker room? Does he think they're trying to delay it that way Tippmann could assert himself before Connor comes in for depth?
I don't think Tippmann will be the starting center. I don't think that's the worry. I don't mind the McGovern ad, especially considering right now, like if Tippmann goes down for 2 weeks, Xavier Newman's probably the backup center. Like I don't know if I feel great about that. Personally, no disrespect to Newman. So Newman. In terms of McGovern, I think he makes a ton of sense. I think obviously scheme familiarity, building familiarity, staff, all those different things, the locker room. Again, I don't think anything Tippmann's going to do, is going to lose him the job. Like, yeah, snap the damn ball, buddy. But like, he's obviously the most talented. He's super athletic. The Jets, a lot of the run game is going to be crafted around the flexibility of guys like AVT and Tippmann to get out and pull and do different things. And his power run team with, Simpson, who's run blocking is his best trait and all these different things inside. So I'd add McGovern because I don't think he'll be $1 million, $1.5 million guy that can come in and start in a pinch. But I haven't heard anything particular. I'm sure they're kind of keeping tabs on what he's doing, seeing how, kind of what kind of shape he's in, if they need him.
Boomtown wants to know, is Stiggers firmly entrenched as CB4?
I would say right now the quarterback room will likely be, if I had to guess based on what the roster is going to look like. And
do you think Sauce makes the team?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll Ghost of Adam Gase quote tweet him. It'll be Sauce, Reed, Carter. It's obviously the three starters. Eccles will make the roster, obviously. it'll be Stiggers, and I believe JBC will probably be the 6th guy. And then I think they'll keep Oliver, Davis, Clark, and Tony Adams as the 4, and then maybe try to kind of play Isaiah Oliver as that, like, he could play nickel, could play obviously can play safety. He's been practicing as a safety, but I think those 4 will be the safeties, and I think they'll get him the 6 corners. JBC's look pretty decent. Again, nice cornerback 5 outside, but I think they'll keep 5 outside guys, and then the Carter is the nickel, and then the 4 safeties keep probably 10 DBs.
I want to give some love to M. King. I spent like the last 5 minutes trying to find the list of who got memberships, but too much in the chat has happened. So if you got a membership, you thank M. King. A 5 spot of memberships. Also, someone got a membership from Bobby Midnight. So if you received your membership and it says Bobby Midnight's the one who gifted it to you, make sure you thank him. Very nice of you, Bobby. Appreciate that. A couple questions here for Will. Back to back from the female demographic, Will. I don't know your analytics for your podcast, but we have a proud 4% female demo on this program. Jet-based girl says, does Brownlee have a shot at playing time?
Yes, I want to see a little bit more from Brownlee. He's had some flashes so far. I'd like to see him kind of push Lazard as that backup outside receiver too. Right now he's firmly like Mike Williams, Lazard, him. I'd like to see him push him a little bit. I think he's had some nice moments in camp, but I'd like to see him go have a big preseason game, go have a huge joint practice against the Commanders and make a couple splash plays and push Lazard for playing time. So I think he's had a shot. But I think right now he's in kind of that, like, he's the 3rd outside receiver.
Love it. Love it. Super chat from M. King. I don't get to watch live often, but I commend JJ. While still a negative Nelly, he didn't say fire Sally yesterday. He needs a King Lowski bucket hat. M. King, I appreciate you. Yesterday I had a caller, Will, him, JJ,
yep.
who famously once called in 30 minutes into the start of free agency this year, demanding Woody Johnson to fire Joe Douglas because he didn't make any big splashes yet. 30 minutes in to free agency. Yesterday, JJ's complaint was he didn't like the play calling at practice. Didn't look easy on offense.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I deal with on this show. Anyway, I mentioned we had back-to-back questions from the female demographic. The director of merch store operations, Carly, writes in, what is Will's favorite item in the merch store?
I'm gonna go with the hat. The hat's pretty nice. I like the hat a lot. Obviously, I'm a big hat guy, so I'm gonna say the hat.
I'm gonna send you one, Will. I gotta get your info after the show. Let's see. Yeah, there's a bunch of great hats in there. I could put a couple on the screen. We've shown it off. Got the dad hats, the snapbacks, the trucker caps, bucket hats. I mean, we got it all in the store, baby.
Oh yeah, it's maniacs, baby.
Also, shout out to our most recent Patreon subscribers who get 15% off on every item in the store. Jerry, Mike Dems, Aaron Jacobs, and Greg Jr. You guys are all Patreon subscribers. I appreciate it. Jesus Jerry wants to know, Will, are those headphones Valerian steel rimmed?
Obviously. Come on now.
Is that a Game of Thrones reference? Jesus
Jerry?
Oh,
yes, it was.
Nice job. Well done. Will, you have time for a couple calls here?
Yeah, a couple quick ones.
All right, here we go. Gusbuster Hotline is open. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is someone who was at training camp earlier today, just like you were, Will. We know him on this show as Purple Belt Mike, and he joins us now. Hello, Mike.
Yo, what up?
What's up, Beast?
I got my Greg DeLeg and Mike Williams autograph football from today.
Hey.
Let's go.
Mike Williams says he's going to get 14 touchdowns. And he also said that the Taylor ham was the shit. So, love it.
He's a funny guy.
Man, he was funny. Yeah, he's funny. He looks good, though. He was on the side, like, by himself. And he is full speed. I didn't realize how fast Mike Williams is. I didn't realize he's fast. I think he might even be faster than Garrett. He can move. That guy can run. So yeah. I'm excited to see what he'll look like as the second wide receiver.
Yeah, no, Mike Williams should be good. He's a perfect fit for Rodgers. Rodgers likes to throw the ball outside the numbers, take deep shots and stuff. And Williams is, outside of T. Higgins, probably one of the 2 or 3 best guys in the league right now with contested catches. He plays 120% all the time. It's why he's banged up a lot. But no, I hope we get to see Mike Williams, sooner rather than later. But again, it doesn't look like we're probably going to see him at least until I don't know, maybe that Giants joint practice is the first time we'll see him in team drills. That's my guess, just kind of where he's at right now. He hasn't even put a helmet on yet, so I guess let's see where he's at. But I'm excited to watch Mike Williams. I think he's a great fit for this offense, and he raises the ceiling of what this offense could be.
Hey, Mike, question for you. You said you met 3 people who watched the show and a
yeah.
young kid, Brett, who's an Asmaniac. Do I need to shout out young kid Brett?
Yeah, so Brett's an intern. I think he's like 16. Give him a shout out.
What's up, Brett? Welcome aboard.
Yeah. He told me that he met Rodgers, but since he's an intern, he wasn't allowed to get an autograph. I said, dude, that is terrible. I said, what is that about?
Got to track him down at a different time and
I feel like he's got to get on that. But
got to take care of him.
Mike,
all right, brother.
Great job today.
Later.
Purple Belt Mike checking in. All right, we got time for 2 more quick ones. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary is up next. Hello, Gary.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? Well, how you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I got a concern here, and I know it's become the new norm, and I know it was kind of expected, but Aaron Rodgers not playing at all in the preseason, I think is – first, who is that coming from? Like, who's making that decision? Is that a Rodgers decision, or is that an organizational decision? I guess is the question.
If he does play or doesn't play, it'll probably be a Salah / Rodgers. If they either play all the ones or they probably won't play anybody.
So quarterback play has declined precipitously over the last couple of years since you've gone from 4 preseason games to 3. Now we're going to go from 3 preseason games for Rodgers to 0 snaps at all after having not played since last January of 2022 or whatever, right? That's problematic to me. Like, there's a reason why you have preseason games. It's to shake off the rust and to get sharp. Now you're not doing that. So now you're treating the first 2 or 3 regular season games as the preseason. In an all-in year, are you okay with saying, okay, we're going to start 1 and 2 until Rodgers gets the rust off because he hasn't played in a year and a half? I mean, to me, that's problematic. Do you think you're so good that you can start up slow and still win the division? Because, like, ultimately, we would agree, if we're going to go to the Super Bowl, it makes life a hell of a lot easier to win the division and get those home games, right?
I mean, Gary, I think it comes down to, does Aaron think he needs to play or not, right? If he says, hey, I need a drive just to feel good mentally, that will help me get over the hurdle Monday night, then I think he'll play. If he says he's good, then you defer to him. He's Aaron Rodgers, one of the 5 greatest quarterbacks to ever live.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's ultimately, like, that's why I'm asking whose decision it is. Like, ultimately, I agree. If Aaron Rodgers says he wants to play, great.
That's what happened last year. He wanted to play, and they said, okay, we'll play you for a drive if we score. They didn't score in the first drive. They scored in the second. His night was over.
If he says he doesn't, you got to listen to your fighter. I understand. I just don't like that decision. I don't think that decision's in the best interest of the team. Now, I'm going to go with Rodgers. He's done this for 20 years at the highest level, one of the greatest to ever do it. So I'm going to listen to him. I still don't like the decision.
I'm kind of team don't play him, but if they played him, I'd understand why. I guess that's the best way I could phrase it.
Will, tell us what you have coming up on the podcast.
So Dan Grassa out later today, host of Jets pre and post. He's one of your colleagues, obviously, with ESPN Radio. He'll be on. We're talking kind of Tippmann, Reddick, a lot of similar stuff. I have a lot of people coming up over the next, I guess, 2 to 3 weeks. I will have 1 episode out probably Thursday when the Jets do a walkthrough. And then Saturday morning, I'm going to potentially record a little bit with Jake while we're at practice, while we're watching. We'll stand there and we'll kind of give our kind of takes as we're watching. Have some
reporting live from practice. One Jets drive.
Baby. This is Christina Hendershot. No, this is Boy Green. No, I will. We'll probably get a few kind of reactions from the green and white and things like that. And
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas.
But yeah, no, we'll have a bunch there, and got a lot, and then all 32 podcasts. First episode comes out tomorrow. Me and Mike G already covered the entire NFL. We will hit on the Jets and Rodgers. Don't you worry. Mike has a lot of concerns about what the Patriots look like. Matt Judon.
Tell him we thank him for that.
Drake May is significantly further behind than Jacoby Brissett, the whole 9 yards. So, we might be talking some Patriots number 1 overall pick conversations tomorrow. So if you want to tune into that, feel free.
I love it. Will, excellent job. Great job at camp these last couple of days. Are you going to be there any other days besides Saturday?
I'll be there Saturday Wednesday, Thursday, and then pretty much all the joint practices I'll be there for, and then maybe one or two other ones as well.
Beautiful. I'll be there Saturday and then Wednesday, Thursday next week. So we'll see you in person.
Well, yeah, we'll have a bunch, but as Maniacs, appreciate the support as always.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Will Parkinson checking in. Will says he likes the hats in the store, jakeasman.com, to get your hat. Speaking of hats, today's show is presented by my friends at Huga House. Folks, Huga House has 10 new hats that they have put out over the last couple of weeks. You use promo code Asman at checkout. Each hat is 15% off. If you buy more than one hat with Huga House, you could get it 30% off if you use that promo code Asman. They have all the hats that you see Rodgers rocking. Conklin, Shane Gillis, Kevin from The Office, the overrated Josh Allen, Shohei Ohtani, JT Realmuto, and many others. Check it out, hugahouse.com. Links in the description. It's easy. It's HUEGA house.com. Promo code Asman at checkout and get yourself the hat that Aaron Rodgers is always rocking. hugahouse.com. Promo code Asman at checkout. Housekeeping. Reminder, 1 week from tomorrow, it's our training camp meetup in East Hanover. Richie from Jets Media and myself, 7 to 10 at Don Jose Mexican Restaurant. If you're going, we have about 15 spots left. The venue can only fit 50, so space is limited. It's BYOB. It's going to be a blast. RSVP with the link we have posted in the description. It's going to be a great night hanging out with your fellow Jet fans. RSVP to come out to our training camp meetup 1 week from tomorrow at Don Jose Mexican Restaurant in East Hanover. It's 15 minutes from the Jet facility. I'll be at training camp Wednesday morning. I'll be at training camp Thursday morning. So I figured let's do a meetup Wednesday night with the Asmaniacs. Can't wait to be out there in East Hanover. More of your calls right now on our Gustbuster Umbrella hotline. But first, I see a super chat from KND has come in. It just says, gang, welcome to the show, KND. More calls right now. NY Jets Florida is up next. What's up, Ted?
Hey, Jake. Just exercising a little bit here. I made the comment about, and Will didn't like it very much, about Huff getting paid, and if what's his name, McDonald's production doubles, that's like not good enough. I mean, if you take a raw player, pass rusher like McDonald, a completely raw player from Iowa State, and you double his production on a rookie deal, that's a win. I don't care how much the guy weighs. Okay, this guy may take 2-3 years to be a top level pass rusher. I don't understand. Like, he's a developmental player. I know he was an early first round pick, but if you get 7 or 8, 9 sacks out of him, that's good enough. And then when
there's a big difference, though. But Ted, there's a big difference between like 5.5 or 6 and 9. You know what I mean? Way different.
Okay, but I mean, okay. Well, he said double, so let's just say he gets 8, right? So that's good enough for me on a rookie deal. So you're trading out Huff and him, and I could see it even.
Well, he had 3 last year. If he has 6, I wouldn't say I'd be disappointed, but I want more than that.
Right. No, I'm thinking 8 at least. That's what I'm thinking, because you have a 1A finally next to Quinnen. You have a guy who can take some of the double teams off of Quinnen finally. So I don't know. I'm not worried about him gaining 10 pounds. When I was 21, Jake, I couldn't gain an ounce of weight. I don't care what I did. You could do the Kinlaw diet with 9 eggs and a pound of ground beef, and it may not even matter. So I just think that's a little. Let's see what he does. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I mean, look, to me, it's way too early to have any judgment on what Will McDonald is as a player. I would simply say that if he only has 6 sacks and is not good against the run and he's only just a pass rushing specialist, like he was the 15th pick in the draft. You want more than that, right? We could say, oh, he doubled his sack production, but like, okay, like going from 3 to 6 and only being available in pass rushing scenarios when you would expect the Jets are going to be playing with more leads this year. So there should be more pass rushing opportunities. If that's all he does, I'd be a little disappointed with that. You tell me McDonald has 8 sacks, he's good against the run, forces some turnovers, I'm in. King and Dreams with a super chat. I'm driving, but salute Jake and my guys in the chat. K&D, drive safely, my man. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, Dark Knight Steve. Wow, a TED spot. We haven't had a TED spot in a while. I forgot what they look like, but now I know. Thank you, Dark Knight Steve.
Money, 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 money.
This is big time right here. This is the lifeline of the support from a guy like Dark Knight Steve. Love you, Steve. Ryan Hawk, Zach Bender, So Avicito, Jose Duran, EJ, Hennessy Heisman, Joseph Baresi, Derek, KJ, Deborah64. You are all channel members. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah. Love it. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. There's 311 concurrent viewers right now, only 172 likes. The math's not mathing, baby. Click thumbs up. Takes 2 seconds. It's free, and it helps this channel continue to grow. Carly writes, and imagine Rodgers plays in the preseason and gets hurt. You guys will all be pissed that they had him play. If he says he wants to play, I'm fine with him playing a drive or two. If he's going to get hurt, he's going to get hurt. You know, it is what it is. He played last year and didn't get hurt. He looked great. And then he got hurt in the fourth play of the season. One has nothing to do with the other. I don't think he's going to end up playing because I think Rodgers is going to be comfortable after the 3 joint practices this summer and feel like he had enough work where he's good. But if he says, hey, mentally, I don't want my first time out in a field where I could get hit to be against the Niners on Monday night, I think it's understandable if he wants to do a drive. I defer to him. Like, if Aaron needs to play, then he should play. All right, I'm not telling Aaron Rodgers to get ready for a season. That's how I look at it. Comments for me, questions, anything Jet-related or NFL-related you want my take on, write it in. If it's a super chat, it goes to the front of the line and goes first. Thanks to everyone who's tuning in here on this fine Tuesday. Dano says, we hear about Braylon Allen a lot. How's Isaiah Davis looking? Could he render Baldwin useless? Now, different positions. Baldwin, my understanding is Baldwin's going to be on this team. They're going to carry a fullback. Isaiah Davis, I saw him on Saturday in person. I was impressed just watching him. He's shifty. He's a really good athlete. So we'll see him a lot in the preseason, I'm sure. We absolutely will. Gusbuster Hotline remains open. Comments, questions, and super chats will continue to cut the line. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is a guy who can introduce himself.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course.
I am Bob.
Hello, Bob.
That gets me funny. I love that.
I like your hat, Bob.
I love that hat. You gave it to me. Thank you.
It looks good.
So I agree with you. Aaron Rodgers knows his own body. You know, nobody's got to tell him what to do. He's a grown man. He knows what he's doing. And he knows if he needs practice, like you said, if he's got to practice during the week, he might not even need to go into, you know, the preseason games, you know.
Look, if he feels ready, I'm okay with him not playing. If he says, hey, I want to play a drive, then you know what?
Yeah,
fine.
big deal. Let him do a drive like he did last year, remember, against my smelly Giants. Remember the Giants?
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, they stink.
Remember Jihad Ward was talking trash to him, Bobby?
Yeah, well, he got to shut up like Chris Canty does.
Yeah.
Him should be hung up.
I
still do like the Giants, so don't get me wrong, but
yeah.
I cheer for the Jets.
I don't like Giants fans, though, like this guy.
Into the shadow realm you go.
So I'm watching Hard Knocks. Jihad Ward pushed. A little late. Rodgers got real upset. Came back at Jihad with, I don't even know who you are. What the hell was that? Oh, man, come on, Aaron. Give me a break. Tough it up, dude.
Hey, man, just want to let you know that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. And this current time is just one of those times you gotta shut the fuck up.
I don't think you're a bad person. I just don't want to hear you talking anymore. You gotta shut the fuck up.
That's a new one.
No, that's an old one.
Who was that Ward guy?
That's an old one from last summer.
Was I here last summer?
I don't know. Were you?
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know when they joined.
Hold on, Bobby. I think we have some breaking Jets news here. We were just talking about Nick Baldwin. How yesterday it sounded like Antoine Staley was convinced Baldwin's going to be on the team. The Jets just cut Baldwin. Now maybe they bring him back. I don't know. They signed tight end Anthony Fursker. He averaged 26 catches for 277 yards and 1 touchdown in 4 years with the Titans. He crossed over with Jets pass game coordinator Todd Downing.
I heard that guy. Yeah. Who you got rid of Bonham? He's a tight end.
Yeah. So Nick Bawden's released. Fursker could play tight end and fullback. So there's your new fullback, Jet fans.
Oh, okay. What about the Tippmann guy, right?
What do you mean, what about him?
Who's his backup?
Wes Schweitzer.
You like him?
Jake Hansen. I want them to bring back Connor McGovern for insurance.
Yeah, he's a center.
Yep.
Well, won't you do that? You could bring them on a cheap salary, right?
Yep.
And I heard what I was there when I heard that guy about the first show, what he said about me. See, I'm talking about Jet stuff, so he should blow it out his ear.
Yeah.
Remember that guy? Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. You're talking Jets. You're giving Jets takes.
Are you surprised?
No.
No. I'm not surprised either. It's the time. We can't goof around anymore. It's time the season has started.
That's right. It's football season. We're talking
Okay,
Jets.
let me try one thing. Let me go full screen. I'm going to try it.
You're making demands now?
No, I'm going to do the chant. Let's see if I get it right.
All right, let's see if you can do the Jet chant.
Okay, I have to do 3. Okay. Jets, 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 Jets. How's that?
That was good. One more time. Give it to us.
Okay. Jets, 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 Jets. How's
All right.
that?
Now you really got to get into it, right? You got to do like the plane. Ready? Like,
you know
J-E. You got to really get into it. All right. Can you do that? Give us the plane.
Oh, no, not right now.
That's the next step. That's the Fireman Ed. You got emotional when I brought him on the show with you. You gotta go full Fireman Ed here.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Jets, Jets, Jets. How's that? Good.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful.
Hey, doesn't that remind you of some of these introductions to on another show?
It reminds me of Fireman Ed leading the chants.
No, welcome everybody. This is Mike and the Mad Dog.
No, you're thinking of good afternoon, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. This is Mike and the Mad Dog.
Yep.
I did not like Mike. Mad Dog rules 100% over him.
Yep.
Because he's the other guy's in the where do you put that other guy? Trashville. What's that place called? That you put Aaron Rodgers doubters. You put them in the
Shadow Realm.
No, the other one that Gator
The
just
Rodgers Insane Asylum.
Yeah, that guy's in there. I can't stand him.
Mm-hmm.
He just got a runny mouth. He's oral diarrhea. That's all I call him. Oral diarrhea.
Yeah.
I love Bad Dog. Yeah, Mad Dog. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's funny guy. You
All right,
met him in person,
give us one
right?
more Jet chant.
Oh,
All right.
come on. I did 3 or 4.
We're passionate today.
I know I did 3 or 4.
You
I'll
want to
do
do another one?
You got to save one for tomorrow. Remember?
Come on.
Okay, let me try one more. Okay. Give me. Jets, Jets, Jets. How's
Yeah.
that?
Best one yet, Bobby. Excellent
Is
job.
that better than our friend? Well, not our friend, but the other guy.
Yeah, way better. Well done.
That sounds constipated.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
You're talking about this guy.
Well, you know that Al's a lion crap of crap. You should check out my new hat. The Jets are freaking awesome. Bobby.
I might as well make this announcement because I told people on the Discord last week before the general public even knew. The great Fireman Ed will be a weekly guest on this show every single Friday during the football season. Fireman Ed, Friday mornings on the Jake Asman YouTube channel. Bang. It's happening. And I can't wait. K&D says, Bobby, put some swag on that thing, my G. I thought he got better as the chants went on, K&D, no doubt. Bobby's getting the hang of the Jet chant. There's an art to it. Les with a super chat for being a channel member. It's free super chat. JJ went from 2.5 sacks to 7.5. So if Will gets 9, that's a good sign. If Will got 9, you'd sign for that in a second. The argument was, if he has 6, is that good? And I think there's context to it. Is he just playing on pass rushing downs? Can he do anything against the run? Is he disruptive in other ways? Like, sacks are sometimes misleading. To me, it's sometimes about pressure rate, deflections, like how you impact. Like, Quentin Williams is just as dominant last year as he was 2 years ago. His sack total was lower. Sacks don't always tell the whole story. Tells part of the story, but not the entire story. Big shout out to Clancy, who just ordered some items from the merch store, including a Bobby Midnight 2024 t-shirt. Incredible. Incredible. I love this comment from Jet Base Girl. This is football. Too many of you boys are soft. Get tough and hit. I love it. Comments, questions, super chats will cut the line. We are seeking more channel members. For those wondering, well, what's the next emoji, Jake? I'm not going to gift a membership for $5 unless I know where it's going towards. The Bobby Midnight Cricket Lamp emoji. It's ready to roll. We just need your support. Make sure you turn gift receipts on because you might receive a membership that's gifted to you. Tom says, Bobby's outfit drip, as the kids say. I agree. That hat was fire. Carly says, Bobby, this outfit is fire. Mike D's Nuts says the Jet chant has to come from the gut. I agree. I'll say this. No matter what happens on this show, the amount of Jet chants that will have been dished out since I've been doing this for 3 years now, there is no Jet chant that will be worse than this one.
J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. J-E-T-S.
I mean, the man is in pain.
J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets.
He's in pain.
J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets,
It hurts
Jets.
him to do this.
J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets.
Unreal. Edward with a super chat, 20 buckaroos. Oh, baby. This is going to pay for my beers at happy hour today. Edward, thank you very much, man. Go Jets. How about a Jet chant? How about a Jet chant for our guy, Edward? Bobby, you want to come on and do another Jet chant for Edward? Up to you. Yay or nay? Thumbs up or thumbs down? I can't hear you. Thumbs up? All right. We bring back Bobby. Go ahead.
Yeah. Mike these nuts, I will do it for my gut, okay? Just to please you, Mike these nuts. Okay, let's go. Oh, J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets.
Yeah. Amazing. Let's go, Bobby.
Okay, what did Mike these nuts say about that? Was that from the gut man or what?
I'll let you know what he says. Excellent job by Bobby. That's what you get for a $20 super chat for this show. you get a personal Jet chant from Bobby. That was his best one yet. He's getting good at this. Bonesy says, Bobby, that was perfect. Top Cat says that was fire. Mr. Bonesy says, I'm listening while I help customers. LOL, I just bursted out laughing when you put Alan's chant on. It's the worst Jet chant ever. So bad. Stack says, need more likes to get past 200. We just hit 200. There's 271 people watching right now. Thumbs up icon, baby. Or as Green Bean would say, give me those milk thumbs. Let's see. TV says, Fireman Ed has more free time on his hands now that Bobby's going to take over his role in leading the Jet chants at games. King of Dreams says, you lit now, Bobby. That's how you do it. I love it. Tremendous. Excellent, excellent job by Bobby Midnight. How many Jet chants will we have the night of the Jets-Panthers watch party that I'm hosting at T-Squared Social? Have you guys RSVP'd yet? It's free. 125 of you already have for a damn preseason game. You don't think this fan base is the best in sports? You don't think the Asmaniacs are the best listeners in sports? It's going to be wild, folks. I can't wait. T-Squared Social, Midtown Manhattan, Saturday night, August 17th. T-Square's the place to be. Sound on all the TVs, drink specials, food specials, giveaways. ESPN New York promo team giving out swag. Asmaniac swag being given out. They have golf simulators, a bowling alley, pool table, ping pong table, darts. You name it, they have it. RSVP with the link I posted in the description. I put it in the live chat once again. Let's go. V-Man doing the halftime show. What more do you need? What more do you need? Top Cat says, get that orange lawn chair in MetLife. You imagine they let Bobby lead the chant while standing on the lawn chair? Gonna be wild. Get ready. Terrence Hill says Bobby fire. Ace of Spade, Bobby lit with the drip. Yeah, that hat is great. Uno says, how about these shitty package season ticket holders got? What embarrassing management. Look, let's make this clear, right? We criticize the Jets GM and coach for things. They have nothing to do with the season ticket holder package. I'll say, I thought the Jets completely dropped the ball on that. They sent you, what, a yearbook and some like discounts on some wine and merch? That's it? Have you seen what some of these other NFL teams have given their fans? The Jets season ticket holder that has been through hell and back supporting this team. I mean, they should have done a lot better. I completely agree with you, Una. They should have done a lot better. A lot better. Considering they raised ticket prices after last year's shitstorm. They should have done more. I completely agree. But let's make sure we blame, the business operation and not, the coaching staff or the front office. It's not the same thing. I can promise you, Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas didn't get together and go, what can we give our season ticket holders? That's going to be basically nothing. So I'm with every Jet season ticket holder that's as loyal as any who's pissed off. How many Jet chants at our meetup? Clancy says over under 50. Probably would take the over. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be wild. Jesus Jerry says, Jake, can this team average 24.64 points a game to smash our yearly offensive record? That can't be the record. There's no way. The 98 Jets didn't average more than 24 a game. That's crazy. Top Cat says, how many he's going to die? Oh, my God.
Is Brock Purdy going to run for his life on the opener? Yeah! He's going to die. Let's go. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. Let's go.
It's going to be a lot. There's no doubt about that, folks. There's going to be a lot of chance. It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. I can't wait. Yeti says, how many orange chairs at the opener? All fans in attendance receive a replica Bobby Midnight orange chair. Leany says, I got such bad FOMO. Leany, you will be there in spirit. And I have my video guy coming. My guy Tyler Delp is going to be there filming stuff. So we're going to put together a behind-the-scenes recap video from the night. So even if you couldn't make it, hopefully we'll be able to give everyone there in spirit a little taste of the night.
Is this Mike D's Nuts?
Will Mike D's Nuts be there? That's a question I don't know. We need answers to the question.
D's Nuts.
Anything Jet related on your mind? Any questions for me? Could be non-Jets too, as we await the next hour and 20 minutes or so, 18 minutes before the baseball trade deadline. Tanner Scott just went to the Padres. Let's see. Garrett Cole said he doesn't expect to be placed on the IL, not an arm issue, but just wasn't recovering well between starts. All right. Well, I hope he's right. Jet-based girl writes in, will there be a road trip video of Bobby and B-Mac? Well, let's find out. Bobby, will there be a road trip video of you and B-Mac traveling to the home opener?
And my brother, don't forget my brother.
And your brother, Mikey.
I got two things to say. Okay, first, yes, I'm going to try to do that, okay? Then the second thing, I was thinking it's at 7:30, right? You said your meetup?
7.
7.
When the game
okay.
starts.
I could do a show and then you could pop in once in a while.
All right, go live during our meetup, and then we'll
like we did the last time with when you were at well, whether they're gonna die. Yeah, we could do that. So Leanie could come on, Gary could come on,
Yeah.
everybody could come on. How's that? I was just thinking I could be there too.
That's a great idea, Bob.
I was just thinking about that. I could be there too. What a moron I was. Oh, I could be there.
Yeah.
But not live. Well, I'd be live, but not and shaking everybody's hands.
You'll be a part of it.
So how's that sound? Good to you?
Sounds like a great idea. Yeah.
You could come in once in a while, just say hi to everybody.
Sure.
But are we gonna hear everybody or no?
Yeah.
Okay, we could hear everybody. Okay,
All
that's
right.
good.
Good
Is
idea.
your dad gonna come?
He'll be there.
All right, we get to see Mr. Asman. And then
Yep.
I get to go talk to him, and then tell him I'm taking my medicine.
All right, I'll let him know.
All right, so that was a great idea I just came up with. And yes, people want me to do the streaming going down to the
Are you an ideasman, Bobby?
I just came up with the second one, so
that brain of yours is working overtime today.
well, this is just not for just hats on my head.
Are you saying is that hat making you smarter?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Somebody said, one person said, you wear hats just because you don't think too good. No, sometimes I come up with good ideas, so I just did. That's why I had to. I was waving to you in the back. I wanted to say that.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
the question was with the other thing. I will try to do that. So how do I do it in the car though? I have to get Bluetooth, right?
No, you just film some stuff and we'll send it to Gator.
Oh, okay. Okay, we could do that.
Yep.
And then how do I download it to the computer?
We'll worry about this in a couple weeks. Don't worry.
All right, I'll find out.
All right, you got it.
Well, I need to walk more to survive unless Jake is going live. Gotta elevate my leg on Bobby.
We'll let Bobby get back to leg elevation. The hat does look good on him. Bobby's a true ideasman today. Leanie loves the idea. She'll join the Bobby show. Barney says, I say Bobby takes Reddick's reps till the holdout is over. I'd put Bobby out there on the Jet D line. I put him out there. Sluggo says maybe Braylon Allen will play some fullback. He's a running back. They're not going to use him there. They signed the guy that Todd Downing knows from the Titans. That's your new fullback. They think he's better than Baldwin. That's what they're telling you. That is what they're telling you, folks. So reminder, we have the meetup on the 17th. We also have the meetup next Wednesday. This has a limited amount of spots available. There's about 15 left. RSVP if you're going. East Hanover. Next Wednesday at 7. FPP says, Jake, you need to tease some of the Asmaniacs who are going on the 17th. I mean, name an Asmaniac. Chances are they're going to be there. It's a who's who. It's a who's who of greatness. Can't wait. Tom A says, Bobby Midnight Show on the big screen at T-Skirt. Now, if we could get them to put the show on for Bobby on one of the TVs, most of them will have the Jet game on it, and we just have Bobby. Oh, my God. Now, that would be hilarious. That would be great. Randy writes in, I have the under on the offensive line collapsing after 4 games. Rodgers will get hurt. Well, Randy, it's a good thing that no one really cares what you think. See ya.
Excuse me, miss. I need to return this damn child. He's no good. Sometimes a child just is no good. Take his one back.
Damn. What a silly comment. Goodbye, Randy. Barney says, you guys chat about Garrett and Aaron jawing at each other. When it happened earlier, you mean 2 teammates getting on the same page who love football and are passionate? Yeah, I love it. I saw the entire practice on Saturday. Garrett Wilson didn't leave Aaron Rodgers' side. That's what you want. Mr. McMoney says, Jake, Reddick for Devontae straight up if things continue into week 1. The Raiders would never do that, and I wouldn't make that trade either. They need Reddick. They could get Devontae for draft picks. Why am I trading away Hassan Reddick, who's replacing a guy who had double-digit sacks last year? Like, come on now. All right. That's going to do it. Thank you to Will Parkinson, who came on. He was excellent, giving us some observations from the previous 2 days of practice, including today. So if you want an eyewitness account on what occurred, definitely check out that interview, which occurred in the first 45 minutes or so of today's show. Before we get out of here, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's free to do that. I want to thank you all who have subscribed. We're trying to get to 40,000 subs by week 1 of the Jet season. So I want to thank you all for your incredible support with that. My name is Jake Asman. This has been the Jake Asman Show. The plan is to be live twice tomorrow, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. I'm on Mad Dog Sports Radio tomorrow night at 10 p.m. So it's going to be a long day for me, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then Friday, I'm doing the morning show on ESPN New York from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. So you got some upcoming radio responsibilities for me. So I am looking forward to that. Anyway, that does it for me. Thanks to everyone again for the incredible support. We could not do it without you. My name is Jake Asman. This has been the Jake Asman Show. Let's go Jets. I'll talk to you guys soon. Jets, 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 Jets.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the greatest shoe salesman since Al Bundy, the great Mr. Bonesy. Hey, Bonesy!
Thank my brother, thank my brother.
Bonesy, did you see Gators impersonation? They were crazy, right?
Gators freaking crazy, man. I don't even know what to say anymore. He's just crazy. I want you Gator to do this thing about it. It's just so crazy. I'm trying to sell the shoes, but oh man, I don't know about the Jets that I got the shoes to sell, but Gators look crazy, man. I can't take him anymore. He's just crazy. Oh my God, he's crazy.
Well, one of the greats, Mr. Bonesy.
Yeah. Order your merch so you have it for the meetup. JakeAsman.com. Patreon members, you know the drill. Everything in the store. 15% off when you go to Patreon.com. Jake Asman Show. All right, I'm out of here for real this time. Jets. Jets. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is none other than Chiefs fan. Hello, Chiefs fan.
Yo, last night I was outside talking and I walked over and checked on my neighbor and I found out my neighbor passed away in his lawn chair. So
this call was not going where I thought it was going. Chiefs
well,
fan. I'm not gonna lie to you.
the old man had a bladder problems. Let's just say that he was 90s. He didn't take his medication, and he was gonna smoke a cigar with me, but he wasn't there.
Is it a real story?
This is a real story.
And he passed away on his lawn chair in the middle of the Super Bowl.
Walked inside of his house, checked on his dog, poured a shot of vodka, and I'm like, this isn't gonna be enough. Chugged about 1/4 of the vodka that we usually drink. I'm like, the old man had to die during the big game, but yeah, I was happy we won.
Yeah, hey, Chiefs fan, congrats on the Super Bowl win, man. I don't know what to say. I figured this was going to be a celebratory call for the great Chiefs fan, and it was not that.
What's going down, dude? I'm at a park right now, and I'm pumping out food. A lot better than Chipotle. Bar food, and wing dingers and stuff like that. We're getting pounded. We don't have a dishwasher yet, so we're doing dishes. What are we banging on Joe D today, or what's the scoop? I want to ask people if there are any Jet fans out here. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Maybe we have a Jet fan. Hey, come back here. Are you a Jet fan? You are? Affleck? Then maybe you are. I guess not. Probably not.
Nice hair jacket.
This is Jet Talk here.
Jets are trash, pink eyes. Bobby!
I really don't give a crap, you cartoon character.
Speaking of crap, I got food poisoning from those wing dingers.
Bobby made my day. My man, Bobby Midnight. God bless him. That was awesome.
I do love that about Jets fans. You know what I mean? They care so damn much. And this has been a shit season for sure. But we will be back.
Hell yeah.